don't know. We were both just kind of playing the odds, and we both came into it with no expectations.
Yeah, I don't think either of us were even like really on the path to get married.
No,
So
we were
just
not.
Got lucky. I think
Yeah.
it was just, yeah. It's funny how things turn out, right?
No kidding.
2 years ago, we fell in love and chose someone to marry without ever seeing them.
Some of us are still in love, but some of us are still searching.
For Lauren and I, we work together pretty much every day. So one of the challenges was figuring out that work rhythm with each other. You know, we both have very strong A-type personalities. So finding that middle ground was tough, but thankfully we finally reached that point, I feel. So it's been a lot smoother since then, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of coming together and getting to know each other's, I guess, ways of life and rhythm of life. I mean, we dated for a short amount of time. So after we got married, it's kind of like we had to find our rhythm of just being together, whether it was personal space, whether it was how we like to wash clothes, whether it was leaving dishes in the sink, or, you know, all these little things. So, but I would definitely say that we've grown, but we are not without struggle and trial.
Well, it was like we started dating after we got married.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of like, you know, the little subtle things that, you know, you miss on day to day. Like if you start dating someone for 6 months, you kind of learn a little bit more about them. I mean, we learned a lot about each other in the pods and then outside.
Yeah.
But we still, 4 weeks is still not that long to learn everything about each other.
Like how I kick a knee up when I sneeze.
Yes.
He
Avoid.
refuses to stop laughing at me over that. I'm like, I can't help it.
I think we definitely learned some skills in the pod, specifically the way that we had conversations and that being the bedrock of our relationship, of having these really important, sometimes difficult conversations.
Yeah.
So that definitely helped us.
Yeah, I think it was actually pretty easy for us. All of our friends really get along. We get along great with each other's family. Like it wasn't super hard, which is really weird because like at some point we would look back and we're like, wait a minute, we're married, but I've only known you for like 5 months. Holy shit.
And even though our families are very different, we actually have a lot of commonalities like within our families and how we were raised and just personality wise. So it's really odd how our families actually just gel together. Like Cam and my dad, they're literally like, this is his son, okay? And he will fight a rock for Cam, you know?
I feel like this environment has allowed me to date outside my race without even knowing. Mainly because Cameron and I's connection was so strong that I really didn't care what color he was.
Definitely comes up all the time. I think people want to know about it, they're curious about it, or they themselves are in an interracial relationship, so they love to see that representation. That's a lot of the feedback that we get. Ultimately, I think it's a blessing to be in this relationship and have the platform to represent in this way and to talk about, you know, important things that are happening in this country too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially, you know, with the year like last year when racial tensions were so high, I think that a lot of people were kind of even turning to Cam and I, whether they were in an interracial relationship or not, and just seeing us being in a position, two people from two different backgrounds, loving each other. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a sense of pressure just because a lot of the times I'm still just dealing with stuff myself mentally. So it's kind of hard to deal with things on your own and then turn around and be like this beacon for everyone else. But at the same time, you know, we have a responsibility, we have a platform, and it's up to us to use it in a great way. So why not use it to inspire and spread hope and love?
I can't imagine a life without you.
Good, because you're stuck.
I now pronounce you married.
I think for us, like romance now, since our lives have become kind of so busy, it's just sometimes it's us sharing a quiet moment at home with each other, whether it's cooking dinner for each other, sitting, watching a movie, you know, just really spending that quality, quiet time together has become so valuable to us. So that's like romance for us, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, I think the biggest piece for me is really focusing on listening to your partner, asking them questions about how they were raised, you know, what are their values, how do they like to do things around the house, how do they think about raising kids, balancing finance. So it's really like anyone that you would date, that's kind of how you need to treat it. But the important thing is focusing on getting to know them.
I guess I'd say screw everybody else's expectations and timelines about how things are supposed to work. Don't judge your very subjective situation to what the world expects as the right thing. Like, there is no right thing. There is no formula, no right or wrong, no perfect timeline. Like, do what feels right for you.
I agree. Just don't go to bed angry. That's the biggest thing I take away from it. Like, you know, if you fight during the day, you know, as long as you go to bed happy and you wake up happy, you're good. So,
You know, I took away from it. Even when you want to complain, you still eat my food.
you know, food, yeah,
Food
does
does actually,
help.
you know, that might be the thing. Like, food fixes a lot.